So in this video, we are going to see how we can pass default values to the value annotation in Spring Boot. First of all, why do we need to use value annotation? Well, all the configurations that you put in our application, you will try to put them in application properties, or you will fetch it from the table, right? So let's say like I have an Excel file and I want to read the Excel file data and do some processing. So where do you pass this Excel file location? Do you directly pass in our Java code? That's not good. So basically what you can do is you can create a key value pair in our application properties and value as that location of the file and try to fetch in our service, right? So likewise we are going to do in this example. Simply we'll put a one value, some key value pair in application properties, and we'll try to assert that for the demo purpose. Then we'll see if that value is not there. So if that key itself is not there, what will happen, that we'll see. Okay, so here let's say like display str as a one key here, hello world, right? Then in my test class, I can get it directly with the help of value and with the help of this private string display str. This is nothing but display str, which is presented in application properties. This is a one, right? Display str. Okay, then you try to do assert equals of display str and display this. Okay, so that what we are doing here is we are trying to fetch this key with the help of a value annotation, and we are checking that key is having the same value, this hello world or not, with the help of assert equals. Okay, let's try to run this and see what will happen. Obviously, it should pass because both display str containing the value as hello world and our expected value is also the same, right? So this should pass. Let's see. It started executing. Now you could see it passed, right? Then what will happen if this entire thing is not there? If this property is missed, somehow it got missed, and you started using that key in our application and you have used in so many places, and what will happen? Simply it will get failed, right? Now you can see an exception because that particular key is not there in our application properties. Now you could see it got failed because the bean creation exception, right? So then what you can do, it is always good practice to pass a default values in our value. So basically here you just do something like this. This is my default value. Even though this particular key is missing in application properties, Spring Boot will create this string in this particular class level, and it will compare this value displaced here with our assert value, right? So ideally it should be passed. So this is a very good example, guys, to use the default value in a direct value annotation in Spring Boot. Now it should pass perfectly. Cool, right? Let's say now display str as a uh, something like this. Then Now what will happen? I have just created this variable, but I have not passed anything here. Let's wait for it to run. Now you could see that is okay, right? Because what is happening is, first of all, default htl value, it will go here and it will check for the value here. Whatever the value is there, it will be replaced by the default value. In this case there is no value, that is that empty string is there, right? Empty, it will consider as a null, basically null or empty. So likewise it will go here and it will replace that value with our default value. That's why our assert is getting failed. That's okay. Now let's keep this as true. Then spring boot is um, basically able to understand its types based on the value that you are passing. This is considered as now as a boolean directly, so I'll keep this initially false. Then now here I have sent true, right? So let's say true will pass. Now let's run this. This is a small demo, guys. Hope you guys able to understand the importance of passing the default values in our address value annotation. This should pass. Yeah, it passed successfully. So basically it spring boot is smart enough to understand the values that, the type of this variable. Here it is considered as simply boolean. If you pass something like this as a string, here this will considered as a string. Here this will consider server that port as a integer because of this value. Okay, so yeah, that's all about this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank